Alright, we're on hole number 1 of the Great Outdoors Tournament. We had a week off, got some relaxation in, and now we're back at it. We had the 9-hole Glen Monarch Estates Cup, and then we had the Summer Major, and then the tournament before that. So we've had 3 weeks of pretty much tournament. So having a week off was very enjoyable. So now we're back on the course, trying to remember how to play golf. So Golf Flash Notebook they don't have this Great Outdoors on here yet, so we'll have to track down the holes. And hole number 1 of the Golden or Great Outdoors is going to be Eagle Peak, hole 1, par 4. So this is our first hole here. And I've got my notes. I went through all of my notes for past tournaments that these holes are in, and kind of compiled some notes and watched the videos. So I have just a general game plan. So today is just to go out to make sure that we got all the right stuff and just kind of make sure we're on track. Big topper. Trying to get out here 400 yards. That's key. If you're less than 400 yards, you take the risk of being behind these trees, and you can get around them, but the whole goal is to be in front of the trees. Now you can bring a 4-power ball here, but you got to make sure you don't over roll into this. It's very easy, especially if you end up over here to the right, of clipping this out here. So if you're using a 4-power ball, you definitely want to try and make your ball go around the corner. This is a very tough eagle. If I end up where I'm at with the big topper and a Titan, I should be either right at my minimum Saturn, or I'm going to be right at my maximum Hornet. And either one of those will work. And I'm bringing a Saturn as my second club, because if I find myself in between clubs down here, there is a backboard, and I can use backspin to spin me back down that backboard. You can do it if you've got an upper level backbone, but I feel more comfortable doing this with my Saturn, so it gives me other options. I can do the bounce in and try and roll it into the cup, or I can do the backspin shot. That's my thought process. So let's go in and check out bag. So I'm switching traded accounts with my buddy, and I'm going to be using this account because it's got very similar club levels as my main account. My practice account had just low enough that some of the numbers were different, and it was hard to keep up with them. So I'm going to take my number 3 bag, and I'm going to make sure I bring a Titan. And I have 4 measly balls in this account. So we got some work to do in this account to get the ball stuff up. Alright, I think that's all I need. Off we go. Hole number 1. This hole's been in a couple tournaments. Excuse me. I had a cold last week, and now I'm trying to get rid of all of that stuff that was in my system. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Now some of you may want to go down into this spot down here. Best way to get down in there is with a QB or a rock, but one of your accurate clubs. QB in this situation, unless you have a maxed out rock, QB would probably be better because it has more curl. But you're going to be relegated to a long iron shot. But it's not a bad area to get into down there if you don't want to go far. But with this, we want to be 400 yards. My opponent's at 439. You can see they're way past the trees. Way past them. Do max and whatever I can get on left. I'm going to come out into this middle area here. So it's 3.5. This hits about 2.5 per ring. So I'm going to come over about 2 rings. Put myself more in the middle. Hitting it perfect. Let's see what kind of distance we can get out there with our big topper. We just need to be over 400. Right at it. You can see where I'm at with the trees right there. I have a shot. I cannot hit great to the left on this next shot. I've just barely cleared the trees. But that 400 number is key. You need to be out there in that range. If you're at 390 or 395, then you have to work around the trees. You may be able to hit them over, but it's one of those tricky shots that you can, everything looks good on the ball guide, and when you hit it, it clips some branch up there. So usually in that situation, I'll try and go around them with some curl, as opposed to taking the risk of getting caught up in the trees. Or better yet, just get past the trees. Then you don't have to worry about it. 400 yards. And you can see I'm just at 400 yards. I'm just barely past it. But I do have a minimum short iron shot here. And my short iron hits 1.1 per ring. And I'm going to go right at it. So 1.1, that'd be 4.4, so it's just a little shy of 4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look at it. Got a look. Oh, just a bit outside. It's a tough eagle to hit, even if you've got your stuff right. And I'll have to go back and watch the video on that from where the wind was blowing. That was an overpull. So it may be, and on this particular hole I've hit, that's the deal, is it's real touchy in there. There may be a slight wind adjustment, like it may be downhill and or uphill and I'm having to change the number, add something on. It's going to be one of those types of shots. It is a difficult eagle. Even though you're right there, you think, oh man, for whatever reason this hole is just, it's tough to get that ball in the hole. I will forfeit because I definitely do not want to waste any of my stuff. And I actually need to remember that I'm practicing today and not make any more putts. Alright, that was hole number 1 of the Great Outdoors Tournament. Thanks for watching.